Greetings, people. What's happening? Hey, Barbara. What's going on? I see you waving. Hey, Elkins and Lizzie. What's up, y'all? What's going on? Ike, I see you in the room. Greetings. Julian, what's happening? I see you, Bill, all the way out there in California. What's happening? Oh, there goes the hair. What's up, Schindler? Oh, his audio's connecting. I'm gonna wait. Then I'm gonna say it again. Hey, Schindler. How are you? How you feeling, Michael Schindler? You feeling good? Good? All right, good. You'll give us a hair flourish later. I know you will. Thank you. You know I had to say something, man. Hey, Chosky. What's going on? Oh, he's getting ready for the tunes. I know you got something fire for us. I'm ready. Oh, yes. Hey, Kelly. I see you with the hair, boo. You know how I feel about your hair, girl. You know how I feel. RMT in the place to be. Sophia. Oh, I like that illustration you got going on there. Y'all always have such cool stuff in your boxes. Thank you, Ron. He gives us the producer thumbs up so we know he's with us. Greetings. Ah, there goes his face. Hey, Ron. How are you? Ew. Hey, Stormy. Come on, earrings. Ooh, yes. Give it to us, Henny. Let him shake. Oh, there it is. There it is. There it is. Beautiful, as always. As always. Gustav with the gusto. He's coming in, coming in. All right, we're going to let some folks run in here. And then we'll get started. We got a bunch of people on the list tonight, which is super exciting. Because I know y'all got some fire for me. Okay. So we'll give everybody another minute or so. And I'll be putting up in the chat who is joining us for the evening on the guaranteed list. Greetings to everyone in the Zoom rooms and to Facebook and YouTube. We're about to get started. Oh, thank you. You know, we do what we can. I see. Oh, yep, you're right. Amanda's eyebrows are on point. That's true. That's true. Don't cover it up now. Don't be shy now. I mean, you showed up looking good. So you must have wanted us to say something, you know. Yes, I'm that host. I will embarrass you with love. So just be prepared, okay? Just be prepared. If nobody's told you look good today, that's going to change, okay? That's going to change. And Goma in the building. OG's in the house. Oh, y'all are in for some treats today. Woo! Elemental. Where can I get them done? Mariella wants to plug. Please let her know where she could get it sharpened up. You know, we got to share. We share and we care in the room. All right. Let me put this list up here. Guaranteed list. Let me see. I know you guys are like, oh my gosh, is it me? Where did I land? Did I make it? Oh my goodness. Well, check it out. See if you did. If you didn't, hit me in the private message so we can get you up on here. Okay, we got a little bit of room. So let's get started. You know, we got a bunch of people on the list tonight, and there's also some things I'd like to share with you because I made a promise to you last Thursday about some resources that we would share for those of you who are interested in learning more about the political process, getting involved, and may not know where to start. So we'll go over that a little bit later. We're going to get into, anyway, I could get, oh yeah, Kelly, don't worry. If you got to move a little bit in the list because you got other stuff going on, we understand real life, real goes on. You know, we like to get into our poetry bubble with each other and absorb the love. But we know y'all busy. Booked and busy. Some of y'all booked and busy, and ain't even nothing wrong with that. We love it. We elevate it. So if you need to go a little earlier, let me know, and I will ask whoever is before you if they mind allowing you that space. Most times, we don't have any issue with that. So let's get into it. My name is Ray Jane. Oh, Gustav said he can trade with you, Kelly. So look at that. Ain't that beautiful? Isn't that beautiful? So if you didn't know where you landed on this lovely evening at 9 p.m. Eastern is Thursday night online open mic presented by the New Rican online mic by the New Rican Poets Cafe. That's right. NewYurican.org is where you can find us and all of our fun activities, many of which we will get into tonight. If you're looking for something to do on the weekend, on the regular days, on the any days, there's something for everybody every day. And there's a bunch of stuff coming up and going on, which we'll get into a little bit later. But if you showed up just to hear or share, then you will find here poetry, music, comedy. Everybody on the guaranteed list, which is usually 20, but we got 22 today. I don't know how that happened, but y'all snuck it on there, okay? Y'all have 3 minutes. Very important every night, but certainly tonight because we've got a bunch to get through and we want to make sure that everybody's got time to share the contents of their heart and the sentiments of their spirit. So please, 20 on the guaranteed list, 3 minutes each. And if you did not get on the guaranteed list, I got a few slots on the good luck round. That's right. That means if you still got something burning on here and you didn't make it, you can still make it on with us. Okay. So hit me in a private chat and we can try to get you on. All right. And for those of us who did make it on the list and maybe get on the good luck round, please put your pronouns, your IG handles, your Venmos, your PayPals in your little box with that beautiful face of yours, or, you know, whatever you got representing your face for right now. I'm sure that's beautiful too. But put it there so we know what to call you, so we know how to address you with respect and honoring of your first home, which is your name. Okay. And also, if you do something fly and we want to throw you a dollar, lift you, uplift you, support you, we love the opportunity. So please, while you're performing, please keep your cameras on if you can. Understanding though, shit happens sometimes, okay? So if something happens technically and you get kind of messed up, don't worry, you can pop off, pop back on. Let me know when you're back in the room and we'll get you back on, okay? Because this is a family affair, which means it's non-competitive. We come with love, but more than that, we come with respect, which, depending on who you're talking to, just about the same thing, okay? So while we value free speech, we will not have any hateful content here. You will get the boot if you get too cute. Please don't let it be you, okay? And for those of you who come every Thursday, you know that this is a fact. We got RMT, we got Advocate of Words, who is also our Monday night online open mic host, backing us up on the producing front tonight. So they will weed you out and get you out if you are not adding positivity to this space. So please don't be that person. Don't make us let it be you. Okay. So this is a free space, right? We are gifted with this space. So we hope to give it the respect and honor that it deserves. And thankfully, somebody threw us some money along the way so that we can keep this space free for you. So we have to take a minute and give thanks where thanks is due. Special thanks to the National Endowment for the Arts, the New York State Council on the Arts, the New York City Department of Cultural Affairs, the Amazon Literary Partnership, and New York Community Trust. That's right. We are here in the Zooms, but also we are projecting onto YouTube, onto Facebook as well. And the chat is always popping. So if you feel like you want to be a little bit more involved or really just be in the mix and absorb this good energy, then please come and join us on the Zoom ID, which is 977 539 856. That's 977 539 856. That's right. And if you like what we're doing here and you say, you know what, I want to support them too, you can do so with a tax deductible donation by visiting www.newurican.org/contribute. Throw us a dollar or two. You know what I'm saying? We need it. And obviously, we're doing positive things with it, and we would love your support. So, we got a lot of things to cover today. Majority of it is just y'all and letting y'all do your thing. And if you need safe spaces throughout the week, we'll be highlighting some of the things we've got going on so you can get involved. But first and foremost, we're here for the artistry, right? So let's go on and get into it, okay? So the first person that we have up, I'm not sure if she's in the room, is Hagelson. Is that person here? If not, that's okay, because what we do, we just move and groove and adjust. Okay, we'll move right along. And if she comes in a little bit later, of course, we'll make space, we make room, because that's what we do. So instead, we're going to start it off with our beanie goddess herself. And that is Elizabeth Strout, otherwise known as Lizzie. Please unmute yourself so we can greet you. Yeah.
Beanie blessings, community. Beanie blessings to you, Ray Jane. Always a pleasure to see you. Thank you for the space. IGES_Strauss if you want to learn more about me. I'm going to read a Panku couplet, which we just created in a workshop I did a couple hours ago. So it's called My Trio of Truths. I opened the box with calm hands, unsure why I did it in the first place. I knew the kettle would be hot to my touch. I would get burned and did it anyway. The island of the soul sucking me into their world like the witches from Macbeth. If I directly look at them, what will happen next? The pandemonium that purchased real estate in my head and blood forced me to put the offer in like a bad broker from bait and switch. Was I hopeful Cupid's piercing would steer me in the right direction? Yes. Queer baited in 3 ghosts in so little time. My heart no longer on my sleeve as it sits in the old blender like fruit chunks swimming around like jaws ready to pounce. Is that a problem? Do I come on too strong, too much sugar in the daiquiri and not enough rum? My beanie soggy and heavy and wants to push through, but fears the blades will cut too hard, leading me to my demise. They hold a striking resemblance to the arrow in my ear, hoops, diamonds, and industrial metal. I stung my precious skin within hopes of finding happiness. The opposite of what weird sisters see in their shared eye that I have thought for years is as fragile as I. Glass I seem to be made out of. What do I know? I'm tired of being a pretty power verse. Thank you.
Tired of being a pretty power verse. Please unmute yourself so you can tell her how fire that was, because that line right there got me.
Fire!
Thank you.
Yes.
Excellent.
Thank you very much.
You're very welcome. Thank you, everyone, for unmuting. So if you've never been to this space before, we are an active group of listeners, okay? So we like to hoot and holler. If you done said something fire, we gonna tell you, okay? If it's popping, we might just yell. We might not be able to be deciphered at all. That's when we're actually at our best, okay? When it's just energy coming out. So when I invite you to unmute yourself after everyone, you don't always have to. I know we've got shy folks and we leave space for how everyone presents themselves in the world. And in these safe spaces, you may be yourself. But if you're feeling froggy and you're like, oh, I'm going to come outside of my shell a little bit tonight in this safe space, you're more than welcome to do so. And be a little crazy. You might not get to yell all week. You might have got some stuff that went down that you didn't get out. So use this as an opportunity because it's also very much lifting someone else. And I don't know about y'all, but as an artist myself, it's always so nice to hear from other artists that they appreciate your work. So don't be stingy with your love, okay? Share your love. That's what it's for, okay? Just in case you ain't know. And speaking of shared love and making lots of good noise, next up is Joski. I know he got some music for us. I know he do. Please unmute yourself.
Hey, Ray Jane.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm good. I'm good.
Yes.
So tonight I actually have a poem, and so this is a prop, right? But anyway, this has to do with something some of our senators and congresspeople had to say. So. Feral pigs. Senator steps to the mic, says we need AR-15s to shoot raccoons and feral pigs. When she changed his bandages, she felt shrapnel in his wounds. My only question is, what species are you? 'Cause to my mind, you swine. Anytime you speak, you lying. You should be the one who's dying, 'cause your heart is that diseased. feral pig.
Wow. Okay, let me unmute because you just going ahead and he just dropped the mic on us. He dropped the mic. He dropped the strum on us. Go on.
When
that was
Joski comes that hard, you know things are bad. And Mr. Mellow, beautiful, and yeah, no
Always
punches
great to hear
pulled
you,
there. Yeah, thank
Way
you.
to go, Joski.
Yeah. Drop the strum on us. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for your art. You always come here reminding us of what's happening. You know, it's difficult sometimes to talk about the things that are happening, but we must. And I appreciate you for bringing your own particular artistry to sharing those messages. I myself, I was telling Advocate, I have on in the back, the beginning of the January 6th hearings, right? Is starting to talk and release videos and commentary on what really happened. Some of us already know what really happened, okay? But that's for another poem. Okay, I'm gonna let y'all say that one. And just in case you was wondering what this shirt says, it says life, liberty, and the pursuit of blackness, okay? Because that's where I am currently conscious, and that's where I reside in my consciousness, is my pursuit to be black and free, whatever that means. If any of you have met or know a free person yet, let me know, because I'm interested to have a conversation with somebody free and see what that's like. So speaking of people with perspectives on what freedom might look like, or just in general, or wonderful things to say, and also just the best hair. Michael Schindler, you are up next. I know, I told you I was going, you know, this is how this goes. How you doing?
Oh, sigh. Actually, I'm doing pretty good. I just want to mention the fact that, I've been saying, lighthousewriters.org, that LitFest has been coming up. LitFest has been coming up. LitFest is coming up. Guess what? It actually starts tomorrow, and there's going to be a lot of really cool things going on. There's still a few seats here and there for classes, but there's going to be free events that are available on Zoom. Like every day, like on the 11th, for instance, there's going to be a thing. It's going to be like, I guess, 8 o'clock y'all's time, visiting author readings with Jericho Brown and Leslie Jameson and Vanessa Howe. I mean, like, just amazing, amazing people. So I cannot recommend highly enough coming and checking it out. Much like Joski, I'm going to be less mellow than usual, and I'm going to, again, hit a little hard on something, try and be an ally. It's called She Was Trying. She was trying to be nice, just an innocent compliment by way of a thank you. He heard it as an invitation, let hopes become an obsessive pursuit. At first, she ignored unwanted chattering, became uncomfortable as the level increased, found herself looking for allies or exits. No one seemed to apprehend rising level of anxiety and fear, refusing repeated offers to buy her a drink, to get up and dance, to go somewhere quiet and talk. What could she have said or done to make him feel this was appropriate? She thought back and found nothing. What was she missing? Though blameless, she took herself to task. She'd done nothing to make him act like an ass. It was on him. She got up to use the toilet. He asked, "Where are you going?" How was this his business? She found a seat on the other side of the bar. Within minutes, he was invading her space again. Finally, as nicely as she could, she asked him to leave her alone. Fury flashed, flushing his face. He leaned in menacingly, growling, "Hey, I bought you a drink. You led me on. What's wrong? I'm a good guy. You should get to know me." The bartender finally registered the fear in her features, told the pest to back off or get the hell out. He retreated a few stools down, slammed down shot after shot, getting sloppier and sloppier. She prayed he would find another focus for his toxic insecurity other than another unaware victim. Noting a moment he absented his predatory perch, she chose to use the time to make a subtle retreat, heading towards the parking lot, keys wedged between fingers, fondling a pocketed bear spray can. While she was unlocking the door, she heard his gruff, mumbled roar. "Hey, why are you leaving? Don't go without me. Don't be like that. You at least owe me a hug." In a transformative moment, his threat turned into a scream, aerosol entering nostril and throat. Tears rained from inflamed eyes. A well-placed kick found him sprawled out on the asphalt, wheeling wildly, lashing blindly, howling, "Bitch, I'm gonna kill you," between wheezing gasps. Despite her palpable fear and anger, that impotent epithet brought laughter, prone bully bawling in a pool of puke. She considered calling the cops. It was doubtful he'd learned a lesson, but knew it probably wouldn't help. Odds were against a just intervention. Experience had taught her all too well. Patriarchy rarely comes to women's aid. No need for hours of defending against intimation. She brought it on herself, gave him the right to act animalistic. Resisting the urge to roll right over, she wheeled around, driving away, her whole body still shaking in shock. Rage slowly simmered down to relief, still struggling to remember a misstep leading to his dark transformation. After all she had been through, lucky just to be alive, she still turned inside to find blame as society had taught her. With no reason to accept shame, she burned from the sting of slander, hearing the morning news announce, "A man was attacked in a downtown parking lot and left for dead, victim of an unhinged, drugged-out assailant." Drunk on unearned sympathy, soon he will be repeating the pattern cycle, rolling over another victim. Resigned to inevitability to unveil his inability to unveil his culpability, that afternoon she treated herself to a new can of ursine repellent. Okay, thank y'all.
Whoa. Unmute yourselves, please.
Michael!
Yeah. Way to go, Michael.
Storyteller.
Woo.
Super.
That was
As
amazing,
usual.
Michael. I love you.
Oh my goodness. Beautiful and powerful words. And thank you. Thank you for being brave enough and honorable enough as a member of the male species, a portion of our species, to speak on what some men don't really understand that they have responsibility to speak against, right? If you're a good man, let it be in your words and let it be in your actions, right? So we thank you for that. Wonderful words. Turned inside to find blame as society had taught her. Ain't that the truth? Ain't that the truth? Y'all please follow him and get down with his organization. They're doing fantastic things. lighthousewriters.org, just in case you forgot. Please put the information in the chat so we can find you, lift you, support you, because obviously what you got to say includes a lot of the sentiments of our own hearts and just happens to be the truth. So beyond that, what other reason do we need, right? So speaking of the truth and following folks and standing and walking in what is true for you, we are also walking as a New Eurekan entity, as a New Eurekan family, in the upcoming Puerto Rican Day Parade. Okay, that's right. We walk it together, just like we present and create together this Sunday. La Bruja, who is also known as, or by her government name, Caridad de la Luz. Okay, she is also our executive director, boss lady. Okay, and the original host of the Thursday night online open mic. And she asked to inform you all and invite you as folks who are very much included in our family. If you would like to participate, if you want to walk with us in the National Puerto Rican Day Parade on Sunday, that's June 12th, 2022 in New York City, Midtown. Please come through, and in order to do so, you must wear an official New York Rican Poets Cafe t-shirt, which you can get when on Saturday for Hybrid, which is also happening on June 11th, hosted by Advocate of Words, who is also the Monday night online open mic host. You can get it there or after a few beers, right? If you want to get down with us with the karaoke that follows afterwards, that is hosted by Paul con Queso, also known as Honey Trap. Okay, so come through. Shirts are $20. You can also get them on Sunday morning at the meeting point, which is 9:30 a.m. on 45th Street between 5th and Madison Avenues. And I'll put that in the chat for you here and also on Facebook. Feel free to make a poster with your favorite New Rican poet's quote and name suitable for TV and family, just in case your folks see you out there. We don't want you to get, hit with no chincletas or nothing, okay? Because that's not on us. That's on you, okay? But please do come out if you're interested. We would love, love, love to have you walking beside us, as we are usually walking alongside each other in spirit anyway, right? So I'll put that in the chat. You can definitely buy your t-shirt on the New Yo website. That's the newurican.org as well. If you can't wait till Saturday, you want to show up already got with your stuff on, you can definitely come through. Okay, so we'd love to see you both on Saturday and Sunday. So we, like I said, have something going on every single day of the week. Okay, because what we like to do is just poetry and party. That's it. That's all we do. Anyhow, you know what I'm saying? So speaking of party, let's keep the party going. Okay. Next up, y'all take a second. Get your dictionaries, your thesauruses, your rhymezone.com, whatever you need as a resource. Okay. If you need a pen and pencil, notepad, you might want to go ahead and grab that too, because there'll be plenty to learn. Okay. Whenever this poet hits the stage, we learn something. So we thank you for expanding our minds in advance. Mr. Tezazomo, please unmute yourself.
Hey there, Ray Jane.
Hey.
Hi, folks can follow me on Instagram under Gashes 2019. I have a midnight special today, which is 2 haikus and a poem. First haiku, summer dragonflies. Sweltering mid-noon, dragonfly and obelisk jettison in flight. Haiku number 2. When corn silk withers, ears hang full, and earwigs sing, crackling in the wind. And then my piece, a short piece today. To smear blood and feign a corpse. Quote, the Second Amendment was born of slave patrols and militia massacres of indigenous people. Mark Carlin. Mia Cerrillo, self-consecrated with her friend's blood, the lamb before slaughter, pending the Passover by the angel of death. A continental occupation has been born by pure, unadulterated violence. The subsonic shrill of the bullet, the neigh of the horse, the bone rasp of the swords, and the growl of Don Juan Rodriguez's mastiffs. In May 1494, the friendly Jamaicans were treated to one single dog. One war dog caused absolute terror. Columbus wrote in his journal, one dog was worth 10 soldiers against Indians. In March 1495, in the Vega Real battle in the Haitian campaign, they used 20 dogs. Alonso de Ojeda, who had fought against the Moors, commanded the dogs. He released the dogs shouting, trágatelo todo, perra, basically sick 'em. In an hour, each dog had torn apart 100 natives. The island was taken by terror of the dogs. The future conquests, including Ponce de Leon, Balboa, Velázquez, Cortes, De Soto, Toledo, Coronado, and Pizarro, all used war dogs. Salvador, the savior, in 80 minutes, the angel of death, passed over the Ubalde community, civilizing a native community by the terror of self-hate, hate crime of one conquistador. Bringing back the old adage, the war dogs ate my honor roll certificates that Javier Lopez and Lexi Rubio had received that morning.
Beautiful. Beautiful. Please unmute yourselves.
That was, man. You always give us a history lesson, but you give us a moral lesson too. That was so powerful.
Mr. Tez with the business.
The island
Always
was
with the
by
business.
Joseph Dawes.
Interesting.
Yes. Facts, history, finesse. That's what I hear when you speak. Thank you for finessing us and teaching us so we can step our games up in many different ways. Please follow Mr. Tezazomo so you can stay with your ear to the ground and know where you came from. And if you forgot, you can have somebody remind you what it is. All right? Yes, thank you for gifting us with that piece. We appreciate you. And we're going to move on to Mr. Bill Elkins, who I know is going to sing to us. I don't think it's a prop that he's got tonight, but let's see. How you doing, Bill?
There, you can hear me now.
Okay.
How are you? How is everybody? Anyway, I'd like to do an original that I wrote. I won't get into the carbon dating process, but it was a long time ago. It's called Ode to My Jane Doe. When I was a young lad, I hung around in a coffee house on the east side of Milwaukee called the Avant-Garde. And this person who was a few years older than I was sort of took me under her wing as far as folk singing and poetry and things like that. So this song is about her. Hope you like it. I gotta start it.
Your spirit now, dear friend, now that you're no longer here? A spirit that pushed me to sing my song with honesty and cheer. You gave a damn and believed in me in spite of my youth. I sang your song at the Avant-Garde, but you weren't there to hear. Like a wayward checker on a chessboard, I went through the motions with fear. As I heard myself singing that fateful night, my eyes welled up with tears. 'Cause my sixth sense told me that something dreadful happened to you. You excited me and frightened me, mystical dark angel so true. You saw something in me I couldn't see or thought I could do. I was a babe in your woods, a diamond in your rough. You would often say, you took me under your wing, helped me believe in myself. But you are dead today. Oh, you are dead today. Where is your spirit now, dear friend, now that you're no longer here? You were my folk singer hero, with a voice so beautiful and true. You called yourself Flash, not your given Dame Mary, the hip thing to do in those days. So you will remain Jane Doe in death, as I sardonically called you in life. But your name no longer matters. Your songs will no longer be sung. Those dark demons you suppressed by day finally got you in the night. So goodbye, sweet Jane, you died tragically and way too goddamn young. Goodbye, sweet Jane, you died tragically and way too goddamn young.
Thank you.
Woo, let me be the first to yell. Woo! All right, everybody else join me. Everybody.
Yes.
That was really, really good tonight.
That was beautiful.
That was really good.
Appreciate it. I'm glad you liked it.
Yes, yes, we liked it. Yes, we loved it. Thank you for bringing some music, changing the frequency a little bit in here. We appreciate you had me swaying. You know, I don't know if you noticed the fro moving, but you had me. You had me swaying. Thank you so much, Bill, for bringing us your beautiful songs as always. Please do put your information in the chat so the folks can follow you if they'd like to hear some more. I think we all need a little respite from the noise of the world every now and then. So we thank you for giving us that this evening. All right. So speaking of more poets that shift us, we're going to go to who should know by now that her hair is most certainly my favorite hair. Okay? Like, forgive me, for offending you earlier. You know what I mean? But just in case you were wondering, it's you, boo. It's your hair. It's you. Okay? Second to my fro only. Okay, let me unmute you and let you speak for yourself. How you doing, Kelly?
I am getting it cut tomorrow, so I only hope that the new hair will measure up.
Oh, I'm not worried. I'm just excited. Go on, do your thing.
All right, I will dive straight in. I'm actually going to read the first poem that I wrote by accident years ago, just as a piece of prose. And then as I was rereading it, I'm like, this isn't prose. This is a poem. It's called Baggage. In amongst the unfinished to-do lists, endless candy wrappers, the crumbs of pastries I didn't even like but finished anyways. In amongst the pens still full of the ink not used to write the thoughts still stuck in my full head. In amongst the books and books and books, all finished and read over and over and over and piled like travel guides for trips already taken. In amongst the hairpins and safety pins and push pins with blood long dried from years of self-harm and the empty bottles of pills once taken. In amongst this flotsam are the dreams I once had. All of this detritus floats amongst the tears that I cried with my head in my bag, calling a muffled, "It's just allergies, no worries," to concerned passerbys unlucky enough to have been seated on the subway nearby. I think I shoved my heart somewhere in there, amongst the junk and the garbage and the treasures, but it's lost at the bottom and I can never find it when I need it. I'm considering having a spare made to leave with a trusted friend, but I'm worried I lost it for good this time. This bag is heavy. I thought my shoulders had grown wider and my back stronger and the weight familiar. I thought I had finally learned how to carry it, but I've ripped a seam again. I have ripped a seam again, and so I must rush to repair it before my past and myself spill out on the floor of this subway car, and I get gum on my soul.
Yes, come on, first shit. Let me unmute.
Gotta unmute.
Unbelievable.
Honey, you better talk to us.
That's stumbling into a poem.
Thank you,
Come
Kelly.
on now.
That's beautiful.
Come on now.
That was before I knew I wrote poetry.
Oh, you knew in your spirit.
Okay.
Yeah. That last line was just incredible. There are a lot of them, the whole, maybe you have a spare that I can keep. I mean, just so many great lines in there.
Absolutely. That's what we call bars on bars. Okay, just in case y'all ain't know. All right. And for that to be the first out the gate, it couldn't be anything but a poet. You feel me? I'm glad that you came to that realization. I'm also glad that you gifted us with that return to an original work. So many of us, we struggle through what we write in this imposter syndrome. Amanda knows we were talking about that yesterday. And this feeling, oh, I'm not a writer, or I'm not a poet. It don't hit hard enough, the folk don't move, no, I don't get no ooh, no ah, you know what I mean? But that's not what it's about. And as we unmuted ourselves, you can see it's about, does it move people? Does it remind them of their own struggles and journeys? Does it release anyone, right? Does it come with an instruction that we all been looking for to get out of some type of pain or trauma that we haven't worked through or trying to work through? So thank you for delivering original bars on bars to us, so we could go on that journey with you. And like I said before, however you bring that hair to these boxes, it's fine. It's fine with us. Okay, we're gonna love it either way. And Lizzie said, a lot of people in here have some dope hair. We are artists, so our art shows up on our bodies just as much as it shows up in our words. So thank y'all for showing up in the fullness of your artistry, so that we may admire what you got for us. Woof! If that's the first shit, child, I don't even know. All I could do is look forward to the rest of it. That's all I could do. Next person up, speaking of looking forward to, folks, I don't think Tab is in the room yet. Y'all let me know if you do see her. If she jumps in later, of course, we will get to her, because Tab is also bringing that fire every time. So I would hope that she gets here. If she doesn't, we understand and we hold space for her anyhow, wherever she is. Moving along, though, let me see if is Generalissimo in the room. I don't think he's here either. That's okay. Look, we gonna keep it moving, keep it grooving, because we already got some folks on the good luck round. So if you did not see yourself on the guaranteed list, or you didn't even sign up, you didn't even try to sign up one time, that's okay. Just hit me up in a private message and let's see if we could get you on. We'll try to make space for everyone. All right, so it's not gonna be Tab, it's not gonna be Brian. That means it is going to be Ike. Y'all just buckle up, because it's finna go down. Okay, Ike, please unmute yourself.
As for Tessa Somoko, Pope Paul John wanted Queen Isabella of Spain to be declared a saint for bringing Christianity to the Americas. The world protested. Thank God it never happened. Now for my poem. Voices from a boot camp. Lyrics for a boot camp. Don't call me sir. Yes, sir. No, sir. Don't call me sir. Unless you call every Native American, yes, sir. No, sir. Unless you call every African American, yes, sir. No, sir. Unless you call every Hispanic American, yes, sir. No, sir. Unless you call every Asian American, yes, sir. No, sir. Unless you call every white American, yes, sir. No, sir. Unless you call all Americans. And I mean all races, religions, and gender. And that respectfully the same. Yes, sir. No, sir. Yes, ma'am. No, ma'am. Yes, sir. I immigrated to an America where Americans do not hate Americans, where Americans do not kill Americans, as only such an America is my America. No, yes, sir, for economic power, and never, yes, sir, for terror's devour. Until that time when yes, sir, no, sir, is not a sign of obedience, but gives praise to be the all-American way. Until that time when respect to yes, sir, no, sir does not conclude that winning a case is more important than justice is done. Until that time when respect for yes, sir, no, sir does not conclude that apathy is the norm for a pre-existing condition. Yes, sir. No, sir. Let me tell you, until yes, sir, no, sir, yes, ma'am, no, ma'am, acknowledges respect for all gender, respect for diversity, admiration for all. Until that time, don't call me yes, sir. Don't call me no, sir. But if you like, and quite frankly, I don't mind, you always can call me by my name. It's Ike. Thank you.
Yes, yes, yes. Please unmute yourselves.
Okay, Ike.
Damn.
That was
Hey,
smooth,
tell
real
him,
swift.
tell him.
Mm.
Woo. Yes, absolutely. And that first piece, somebody said in the chat, they laughed because you said, okay, now I'm going to get into my poem. And it's like, wait a minute, you already hit us over the head with something though. You missed that point. Like, we still recovering. Hold on. You're right. I'm not sure if it ever made it over here. That's a question for the books. If belief in God and Christian worship and whatever that means to whoever is under this voice. I'm not sure if the truth in that, which is ought to be love and respect, made it over. Not sure either. So thank you for mentioning that. I can just coming out the gate swinging as usual. You know, we got to learn how to duck and weave with you. You know, you can be fast with it, you fast, but we appreciate it. Thank you so much for your words. As always, Julian, I got your message. Don't worry. We will accommodate you. Okay. Next up is actually going to jump over to our illustrious host of the Monday night online open mic with his cool glasses on right now. Advocate of words. Talk to the folks, please.
Good day, Internet. What's up, Ray Jane? It's awesome to hear you and check in on a Thursday night. Real quick, just want to remind y'all that Hybrid, Hybrid is this Saturday from 7 to 9. I'm really excited to get everyone back into the cafe. That's from 7 to 9. Doors open at 6:30. And then, of course, right after we have the karaoke hosted by Paul con Queso, where we're getting more and more people interested in it. People really get a kick out of the cafe. I don't know if you can hear the phones keep going off, and somehow, some way, I start talking to them about the karaoke. So yeah, just want to remind y'all, everything is on the Rican.org, everything that we're doing. And yeah, there's more I want to talk about, but I'm not allowed to talk about. We will be at the Puerto Rican Day Parade. I'm excited about that. I'm going to get no sleep. Nonetheless, we're not here to listen to me. We're here to listen to the poems. Ray Jane, I appreciate you, sis. I'm going to be listening in. Enjoy y'all evening. Peace.
Yes. Thank you, Advocate, for holding us down. Also producing in the background with RMT tonight, making sure that we are hater free in the room. Okay. So y'all make sure you follow Advocate of Words. That's words with a Z for poetic license. If you didn't catch what he said and you're interested in coming out either Saturday night, 7 p.m. or later on, 9:30 for karaoke, or Monday nights for the online open mic, please go ahead and give him a follow. I also put that information in the chat as well, both here and on Facebook, so you can have access to it. We'd love to see you. We'd love to see you because what do? Party and poetry. That's what we're gonna put that on the next shirt. Okay. So in between time. Oh, and also, just in case you were wondering, Ray J, how do I get on the guaranteed list next week? Maybe I didn't get on this week, or I'm not quite ready to share anything on the good luck round today. I'm just here to support, but maybe I want to spit next week. Thursday nights have the same rules as Monday night sign up rules. That means 24 hours ahead of time. So if you want to spit on Thursday night with us at 9 p.m. Eastern, you go to the newurican.org, full events calendar, pick the date of reference, that Thursday, and hit the 9 p.m. slot and artist ticket. That's 24 hours ahead of time. Want to spit on Thursday? You're going to sign up on Wednesday. Same thing for Monday. Want to spit on Monday? You're going to sign up on Sunday night at 8 p.m. Eastern. All right. You ain't catch none of that? Follow me. It's Ray Jane on Instagram and Facebook. Usually around Wednesday, I'm, for the folk that just, if y'all like me, my brain cells, sometimes they here, sometimes they not, So I'll put a little reminder on how to do it because we know real life goes on. You got it, La Tormenta. Most definitely, mama, you can get up on this list. Okay, so speaking of the list, we are going to jump back to it. And now, if you don't have a fan in your room, but you have some paper, go on, fold it up, make yourself a little fan, because we about to get into the ed, the firemen, foremen. And it might be a little, mom and daddy talk. Otherwise, put the chilies to bed, okay? But we don't know what his mood is. Ed, are you here with us? Can you unmute yourself? Are you ready for us? Poetastic. I don't know. Ed might be getting ready. You know what, Ed? You let us know when you're ready, okay? He get a little hot. He might need to cool himself down. We're gonna give Ed a moment to cool off, okay? So in the meantime, y'all know I'm silly. I don't know why you're looking at me like that. You know I'm silly. Okay, next up, until Ed lets us know he's ready, it's not going to be Julian because he let us know that they're drilling, by him, and he don't want y'all to have to deal with that. So we can get into Julian a little bit later. Thank you, Julian, we appreciate you for that one. But who's next is going to be Bear Wolf. I don't know. Is Bear in the building with us? I don't know if he is. That's okay. We're going to bear with him. That's what we're going to do. We're going to keep it moving. Okay. Next up, I don't think I'm going to say this right, but Mbonisi Zikali. Is that person in the room with us? Yes, I had a feeling. Yes. Let me know if I messed that up, and please correct me if I did. I want to
No, you didn't. It's Mbonisi. Yes.
Hey.
The spoken word name is easier. Zomkonto.
Thank you so much for being with us, and thank you for letting me know how to say it properly.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thank you for having me in the space. I was thinking of my son earlier on. So I remember this short thing that I had written 4 days before his birthday. And then I just started writing it about, just adding to it about an hour ago. So this is the poem, Untitled for now. I wish you mountains that stoop down and crumble the tufts of hair on their crown, to form beach sand for the shores that this world will never dare pollute. Where the music of ancient flutes is trapped in shells that populate its blanket of pebbles and stones, which when thrown against the surface of the ocean, each whistles back with each bouncing motion. The secrets of the snails told that died inside them, carrying the world on their backs. Those said to have slowed down deliberately and sacrificed themselves so their shells can become refuge for the songs whose melodies are now known for guiding the bruised hips of lost ships back home. I wish you to speak bright words, the way light was named, with sound in attendance, and that I live long enough for the chance to tell you the story of how light and sound learned to dance for the first time, trapping the universe in a trillion light years of rhythm. I wish that as you whisper your own name, that you believe that each letter in it is a feather inside the largest wing to ever host the wind. And that when you fly, you're not distracted fighting that wind, but just enjoying the aerial view. I want to take all the insults of this world on your behalf, so that you find half of the world's untruths about Black boys already shelved in a bunker somewhere. I would have personally walked back and forth through time to collect each falsehood and hold it captive in the underworld, not to burn even a single one, but to remind you that another generation will soon need you to collect the other half. Make sure the collection is complete. Then have a bonfire and invite the neighbors, singing very loud like, fuck the racists. I wish your teenage eyes will take long walks inside the hallways of histories, begging to be written. And that those that died gritting their teeth while holding on to olive branches can see you plant seeds and be proud. And that seeing you hunger to know more disarms their spirits and charms them into forgiving the trees from which the spears that dug into their chests were carved. My son, I wish you the rarest form of love, the one that plays catch with itself, throwing boomerang kisses at the sky, knowing the love will come back glowing with the remnants of dying stars, and that each tiny sparkle will hustle its way back into a fully blown sun. The hourglass will always be a desert of seconds, ticking away until you are brave enough to shatter the glass and find your water. I wish you water. I wish you to flow towards your future, like hip hop, like poetry. I wish you an elephant's memory so that you remember to forget what they did to me and write the depth to ancestry. Find your identity. My son, I wish you to remember in this lifetime your royalty. Thank you.
Oh, please unmute yourself, please.
Zoom conto.
Wow.
Magnificent.
This was
Every
wow.
always with the heat.
Right on.
Always.
I'm speechless.
Oh, that was iconic.
Okay, iconic, speechless. These are words we don't use lightly. Sonkoto, thank you, thank you. Let me unmute you so you can let the folks know how to find you, how to follow you. Your words are nourishing us. I wish you water. Go ahead and unmute yourself. Let the folk how to find you.
Thank you so much. I rewrote like into my name, my IG. So Zikali _ Zomkonto. That's my IG. I'm always hungry to read what others are doing so that I see also their worldviews and how, because poets always find a way to bleed into each other, and it's a beautiful thing. The more we network, the more this beautiful secret society, of monarchs that we have in our stomachs can migrate together. So please, if you can reach me on IG, I promise to find every morsel of your poetry and give it the love it deserves. Thank you.
Oh, that was a poem in itself. Thank you. Thank you. Please do yourself a favor and find him so he can love on you and lift you and inspire you as he's already done in the room. And speaking of joining the monarchs in our bellies, right? Which was a whole word that you just said. I don't even know if you even realize you just dropped that bar on us real quick. Another strum and gone like Joski did us earlier. I promised you last week, for those of you who are seeing what's going on in the world and would like to be a part in the process of changing what's going on in the world, and not just talking about it, but being about it, but maybe just don't know where to start. So I put together a couple of resources for you. I'm going to share screen. You could take what works for you. If that's not your thing, that's all right. Just give me a minute. I'll be done soon. But if it is your thing, and maybe, the slides go by too fast, or you'd like to have that to look at, ponder over later, you can hit me either in a private message or at It's Ray Jane and Instagram, and I will absolutely share those resources with you. I also encourage the rest of the folk in the room, if you know of resources where people can start to educate themselves that I don't mention, put them in the chat, share them with each other so that we can educate ourselves. None of this is representing any personal views by the New Rican. By the way, these are just sources that I found on my own, and we're not pushing any agenda here besides the agenda of education. Educate yourself, right? And it's hard to do that if you don't know where to start. So we have to give you grace and give you a leg up if we get a chance. Okay, so I'm going to share screen with everybody real quick. Okay, and that's my little cheat sheet that y'all see. You know, I'll be looking, when I look down, that's what I'm looking at, by the way. Okay, but this is what I hope to share with you. So I'm going to go into full screen so we can get into it just for a little bit. It won't be long because I know we all have a bunch that we'd like to say. And I don't want you all to miss any opportunity to share what's on your heart. But if you don't know diddly about politics, okay, which is very much my own, you know, testimony. Sometimes I didn't know where to start, and friends have had to share resources with me. So as a friend, I'm also sharing resources with you. Big deal in New York. This is important. Our primaries are coming up, right? And that might not mean much to many people because they don't really know what primaries are. But that's your first time to make an impact. On June 28th is our actual primaries. And then for congressional seats, we got August 23rd. And November 8th is the general election. That is not the first time that you should be getting educated if you have the opportunity and if you'd like to. If you want to see when these elections are and or get into who's on the ballot, you can go to ballotpedia.org/New York elections and find out who is up to represent you. And you can pick any state on that website. Doesn't have to be just New York. If you're not from New York, all states are represented. Okay, and then we just get into, all right, well, you know, that's nice, Ray Jane, but where do I start as far as educating myself, right? So there's a couple of sites that I like a lot. MoveOn.org. They've got a great video on how to get started, how to approach this task. I know some of y'all look at this political stuff and it's like a mountain of information, but it's a great place to start and to feel supported as you're going. Democracy Now! It's also a great media source that doesn't pull any punches, lets you know what it is from the truth with the facts to support it. Grassroots Law PAC is also an organization that's doing some really great things in the community, using the community to get things done. So if you're a grassroots kind of person and you want to get involved, any one of those resources could be useful to you. I encourage you to get involved. There's plenty of space and opportunity. If you like me, or you are a New Yorker, you know, whether you're from the BX or not, you know, usually we 100% facts, you know what I'm saying? We're trying to get to the real. We don't want to know what you think. We want to know what it is, okay? So you can go to pewsresearch.org or opensecrets.org. If you want some facts, you having conversations, you want to figure out how can I have these political talks with my friends without seeming like a fool, where you could start off just with educating yourself. Sometimes you just have to start with one fact at a time, okay? And that's one place where you can get it. All right, and we are moving through, okay? Get in touch with your representative, right? So there are already folks in place that are representing your interests. And if you don't like what they're doing, let them jokers know about it. Call them jokers. In fact, you can reach any member of Congress at the number listed there, 202-224-3121. 21, that's right. Or you could go to usa.gov/elected officials and figure out who is representing you and what they stand on, okay? This way, to make the change, you got to figure out what you're changing, right? Particularly big issues like gun laws, okay? So Giffords.org is another great resource where you can learn about the gun laws in your own state. What is my state saying about it? What is my state doing about it? And if you don't like what they're doing about it and you'd like to support particular things that are already on the table, particularly, you know, efforts like the bipartisan background check, just seeing if people should be having what they say they got a right to have, if you really are the best person to have that kind of thing and not, pick it up and kill folk with it. Check it out, okay? Educate yourselves, all right? Like I said, if this is not your thing and you say to yourself, Ray Jane, listen, I'm just here for the poetry, boo. Like, I don't really mess with this or that. That's okay. Like we said, we leave space for however you present yourself, however you organize your thoughts, however you show up in the world as an activist, and maybe just speaking is enough activism for you. And that's okay. But if you want to be a little bit more active and you don't know where to start, those are some great resources. Again, if it went by too fast and you're like, wait, that third slide, that one had the thing that I've been looking for. let me know, and I will send you that entire presentation. It's only 5 slides, a bunch of active links for you to go and check it out, learn a little something, educate yourself. So like we said, we're not pushing you in any direction besides education. Okay, so boom, we family here, so we got to educate ourselves and each other if we get the opportunity. And now back to your regularly scheduled programming of poetry, comedy, and whatever beautifulness you decide to send to us. Oh, Edward the foreman, are you ready? You ready for us? Okay, I know you had to fan it off. It's all right. That gave us some time to get some learning in. So I'm going to unmute you so you can bring what you have to share with us. How you doing, Ed?
I'm doing great. Thank you for this wonderful open mic that makes our Thursday night such a delight.
Hey, I always do you right. All right, go on, do your thing.
All right. Thank you for being such a delight. A ray of sunlight. All right. Hello, my name is Ed Potato. You're feeling fantastic. Please get in time so you can join my rhyme for I feel sublime. I got a new piece. This is called Honey Essence. Slowly, gently, precisely. Her soft tulip affectionately brisk my cheek. Our bodies getting lost and weak. My burning heart quickly sinks. Our stuffy clothes start to sink. As I deeply inhale the spicy essence of her, my mind engulfed in white and pink blurs. Our proper sentences into messy slurs. Our scorching passion stir, stir, and stir. Our bodies laid across milky, silky sheets, mesmerized by kissing our moist heat, licking and slurping our honeyed treats, oceans of emotions enjoying our bittersweets. Your warming touch comforts my thirsty soul, the heavenly warmth filled in my crimson bowl, my lustful desire to unlock your hidden keyhole. Slowly, our rushing emotions get out of control, our bodies trembling with pure waves of ecstasy, our shadows moving wildly like a raging sea, our outbursts, whispers of secret glees, our unchained patterns of a naked tapestry. My lingering licks make your heart sing. Your holy water heavenly leaks with rings. Your soft hands start gripping and clinging. You and I felt bliss in this everything with anything. I gently fell deep inside your pink crevice. I fused into something moist and precious. I felt a rushing of great warm and tender zealous. It was pure deafness with redness of wellness. I slowly trust inside your pink sea. Your face looked calm at ease. I felt this blissful, passionate breeze. My starts to release this grease while time freeze. I coolly brought up your sexual essence. You hold me close to taste your luminescence, both struck in nightly moonlight trance, a night awakened by a burst of mature adolescence. Our feisty sexual energy sprouts, our heavenly moans of echoes throughout. You dance wildly like a fresh caught trout. Our wet bodies suffer from an inner drought. Sheets drenched by our joyful tears. The pesky radiant sun draws near. We had nothing to hide or fear. We yarn and quickly switch gears. Thank you, my dears.
Switch gears indeed. Thank you. Let's go unmute everybody.
Go poetastic.
Let's go.
Anyway, turn up the temperature on.
Okay.
Zone.
Thank you. Love you all.
Yes, we love you too. Woo, chopper, y'all. I'm glad I have my AC on. I'm blessed. Not everybody has AC, so we leave space for the folks who don't have what they need. But amen for the cool air, child. It started coming on as soon as you went on. Poetastic. I told y'all he's hot with it. And we appreciate that. Like we said, show up as yourself because there's space here, right? Sometimes we're going to get deep, into some political stuff. Sometimes we're going to get into that heart stuff, that hurt stuff. And sometimes we're going to be plain old nasty. Whatever, whatever rocks your boat. However you show up is how we want you. All right. And speaking of wanting who's next, okay, y'all better buckle up. Okay. Because I already know how she about to get down. Shocky, are you ready for us? Ask you to unmute.
All right. I keep getting kicked out the Zoom, so if that happens, just move on, I guess.
We got you. If you get kicked out, let me know. Come back in, let me know. We get you back on. Okay.
All right. My name has always been a cinnamon challenge in the back of the throat. Maybe my name is truth, hard to swallow. I have shortened my name, made it appetizer, added sugar, not all things nice, and still you struggle to digest it. My mother once told me she spent hours milling over my name like soul food, like Sunday dinner. Y'all, my name is collard greens, mac and cheese, and baked chicken. You prefer a hamburger. Too often I have let you choose, but some days I want to be old school, the way my foster mother was. Say you will eat what I cook or you won't eat at all. It was always Brussels sprouts. Is that how you see me? Bitter, poorly cooked, and lacking flavor. I like to believe my name has been drizzled with balsamic, simmered with bacon, the way I love my sprouts. Hope you can learn to love my name too, but I watch you push my name around the plate, chew it up, spit it out as something less distinguished. You say, my name tastes like the blood of my ancestors, mixed with the tears of my youth, reminds you of a meal your grandmother used to make. If you remember correctly, it wasn't your grandfather's favorite. The way he'd wash it down with whiskey, regurgitate it with hatred, leave it on the kitchen floor, say whatever it is someone else's problem now, as if my name was never good enough for his palate. It is hard for me not to wish that the next time you speak my name, you choke on it.
Hell yeah, Shocky. Please unmute yourselves. Okay.
Amazing.
Hell
Yes, that was
yeah.
powerful.
Rocky put that
Very strong.
Just
Very strong.
incredible.
Okay.
Exactly.
She said, take it how it come or don't eat. I know that's right. My mama used to tell me the same thing. He said, look, you must not be hungry then. You know what I'm saying? I understand. Okay, and please keep hold of your first home. And I will always say that, and that is your name. That is the first place that you live. So don't let anybody misplace you by mispronouncing you. Okay, I know that's right, Shocky. Thank you for the reminder. I told y'all I was about to come with it. I told y'all. Some of y'all held on like I told you to. Some y'all didn't. Sophia, I got you. Push your name around the plate. You got it, honey. I'll push you to the end. Okay. In the meantime, Ngoma, if you are ready for us, I know you're ready. You always ready. OG, stay ready. Okay. Please be prepared to be blessed by this man's intellect and artistry. Unmute yourself, my dear.
Yeah, how y'all doing? Good to see you. Let me see if I can do two poems in 3 minutes.
Don't.
The mockery teeter-totters on the precipice of our discontent, put through the microscope of integrity coming up deficient of honesty, as the college elects to misrepresent those crying out for proof that the so-called Constitution is constitutional, not just archaic babble left over from centuries past, guarded by laughing gargoyles on the steps of justice. Apathy is the aching tooth of Dracula, fangs dripping Middle Eastern oil as Fat Sam needs a colonic. 500 years of lies backed up in his constitution. Constituents tired of being pregnant with hope seek out abortions, feeling voting has no purpose in this hypocrisy. Where the two-headed coin has two bad sides and anywhere it falls, oppression rules. Martial law hiding in the shadow, waiting for the eagle to fall. Conspiracy theories ignored by those who disorder the new world, wait for its deliverance to the gates of hell. Before the end of the world, if you think I'm sexy, let me know. Because we could get it on before these madmen blow up the world. I could be your bridge from the past to the future because the present doesn't present much hope, and I'm looking for an alternative to war. Maybe a dark beer or a Nati dread woman who practices ganja inhalation meditation. I want to taste the THC on her tongue. Take me to some other place deep between her thighs. I want to contemplate her navel from the inside. Search for answers to questions like what makes her juices flow. And I'm looking for an end to rhetoric. There's a battle going on to capture your mind. Surround yourself in light, forget your prayers. Instead of trying to talk to God, meditate. God will talk to you. Listen to the silence. It may be the only good news available as lost souls cry out the truth, sacrifices to injustice, victims of the world's disorder. Beware of bushes that burn. Wake up and piss, the world's on fire. I saw it on the news the other day. Some madmen with stolen passports, men of no property who love death more than women and freedom more than anything, set fire to Twin Towers in the Pentagon. Snakes' eyes came up like skeletons. The stench of rotting corpses poisoned Wall Street. Wrapped in old gory, the Dow tumbles like a drunk down a dark stairway, a victim of amnesia, forgetting all the crimes she has committed, pleading not guilty in a court of insanity, a cacophony of stolen elections, genocidal reflections, and wars that rage on since Solomon's temple. So choose the red or the blue pill, if you will. You scoffed when told to behold that the horse was pale. Liberty is stuck at the airport, bags being searched by the National Guard, cheeks spread, raped again like Hiroshima, Nagasaki, Vietnam, and Grenada. The news is controlled by Disney. The fantasy on your TV is stark reality. Only you have the power to change it. Put down your flag. It cannot protect you from the karma.
Child, my eyes started just crack. They just started burning. I don't know what you said, but my eyes is on fire. Let me unmute everybody else. My goodness.
Oh my God.
Wow.
so
Oh
strong.
my. That's how you
It's
set
the
it on
versatility for me.
fire.
Phenomenal.
Phenomenal.
Thank you.
Your name Goma means song in my language.
Yes. You're from South Africa?
Historically, but same language, yes. Nguni.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Woo! Listen, it must mean burn our eyes too, child, because I barely made it through that one. Man, that's what happens when you lay that many bars down at once. You know, people's organs start to malfunction, but in the best ways. I appreciate you, as always, hitting us with that straight fire. Please put your information in the chat if you have not read or purchased in Goma's book. I did not come here to tap dance. Get your life. Okay, please put the link to that in the chat as well. Thank you again and always for being here and sharing that good energy and the truth, because we need it. Next up to bring us some truth in the room. Here comes my therapist, Julian. You know, we done been through some things. You gonna help me work through some things, Julian. So let me ask you to unmute. Julian Matthews, welcome to the space.
Hi.
Hi.
Yeah. So this is called You Are Not a Meme. There is a meme going around that says you are not the main character in someone else's story. You are the main character in your own story. I disagree. I think you are not a character nor a story. This is not fiction, Netflix, nor TikTok, nor copycat poppycock. Although I'm starting to believe you might be poetry. I get that few people get you. They are not equal to your complex equation. You are not the sum of your parts, nor are you whole. You are a prophet of parabolic parables. You have cross lines in you more than those in your pierced palms. And your best lines have yet to learn handstands or test the net in trapeze flips. You are line breaks after the stanza bonanza, allowing space to breathe in and breathe out before the breathless triple spin. You are meditation in escapism, the hypnotic slow-mo tracking, the pause before the applause, the joy maker in a joyless world. But you are also tears, crystallizing on your own screen. You click share and melt into other screens, and the world cries back with you in teary, double-eyed emojis. Yet you are not a meme, nor a loop of screechy lip syncs of a repetitive broken record of scratched dreams, fake filters, and cringy challenges. Yet you are the skip and the ripple, the pebble in a twirl, a dervish dancer soaking up tiny pains in ever-widening concentric circles until all this heartache fades and just disappears. You are a wave in the time-space continuum, beckoning us from afar, like an old friend greeting every ending with new beginnings, coming even as you are going. Oh, poetry, you are not anyone's toy piano, long forgotten or gone to parts unknown. You are the newly discovered lost concerto, here to awaken souls like phantom limbs in perfect legatos and lucid crescendos. You are the spirited turntable in the corner that comes to life all of its own. A needle falls. Do you hear the music? It's our song. Let's dance. Thank you.
Damn, I told y'all. Let me unmute. Let me just unmute.
Woo!
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you
Oh,
for this
no,
poem.
man. Goodness.
You know,
Let's dance.
let's dance indeed. Let's dance indeed. I think I lost it right around. What did he say? He said the stanza bonanza. I said, well, damn. Thank you, Julia, and for the audio clip. At first, I was like, I know nobody's about to come in here and bomb us. I know we're not about to have no foolishness. But then I was like, oh no, it goes. Thank you for sharing that with us. As you could hear for yourself, very much appreciated in the room, as always. Thank you, and your rainbow of hope behind you. And speaking of rainbows, happy Pride Month. Okay, to the folk, happy Pride Month. Okay, this is an inclusive space, if you didn't already know. And we make space for everyone here, however they arrived on this earth, despite what certain people think otherwise. Okay, so speaking of making space for those who we are always inviting and love to have here, Ariel, I'm going to ask you to unmute if you are ready for us.
Hello.
Hi.
So I was gonna do a different piece tonight, and then based on like the vibes, I like to read the room. I was like, okay, I gotta do this one. So it is called Rare Botanical, and it's one of my favorite pieces. So I would love it if we could all just kind of pretend we're like in a garden together, and keep your eyes open though, because every time I breathe, I invite you to like take a breath with me and make this like an exercise thing, okay? Are we down for that?
Absolutely. I ain't speaking for everybody, but I'm speaking for everybody.
Cool. I don't know why I can't see my video. Oh my God, and everything. I don't know how I look, but it's okay.
There's actually no video, so if you wanted us to see you, just know it's just a black box, and we don't mind black up in here because we do what we do. But if you wanted to have there we go. Give us the fro. Thank you.
Period. There we go. Okay, with my big head. Thanks, y'all. Oh my God. Oh, and before I start too, I want to say thank you, Elemental Poet, for inviting me. This is my first time. So, all right. Rare Botanical. The false belief that I'm not good enough has had me in a chokehold for years. I let my body go limp so fear will loosen its grip. Then I hit it with an uppercut, put some distance between us, and take a gulp of fresh oxygen. The very atmosphere has changed since the last time I inhaled. Sweet, dewy mist puffs itself into my windpipe and twists its vapors around the words of newfound wisdom from the wounds that I've had to withstand. May the battered breeze I exhale be worth something. At least the CO2 to keep your photosynthesis running so you can grow a little more towards the whole garden that you're becoming. I think you're beautiful. Even if a bit unusual, a rare botanical. On an annual basis, weeds spring up to choke divine creations in your ecosystem. So let's breathe just to spite them. Some weeds are pretty, but they don't deceive you. You just keep them around long enough to make them earn their keep by becoming useful. Then you blow them to pieces and dance into the fallout of inflorescence. Let the tufts of victory whisper against your cheeks. And open palms turned up towards the sky with expectations of instant gratification from sunlight-warmed rain that fills the day with the smell of the earth and then takes all of the credit. It smells like beauty and pain, and the timelessness of the two reminds you of a dull hue of gray with a bright yellow slicing through like a serrated blade, and that feels like identifying as gay. But hearing my mom say, Jesus loves you, and then deciding to believe it over all the hate that was spewed, they never understood me. They might not understand you. And it won't look like their journey. So don't try to make it palatable for someone who just wants someone to whine to. We have a spiritual sommelier who transformed water into wine too. And a biblical breath worker, the Holy Spirit, to go with our majestic masseuse, the trinity you need to help you fix some drinks, work out the kinks, and help you breathe and push through. Oh, you never needed anything except what's been inside you, fearfully and wonderfully made to break curses and feed this generation something new, fearfully and wonderfully made because hell is shaking too. The power that you're obtaining is amazing. Retrieving what has been taken and receiving God's peace. Giving others inspiration by giving wings to your dreams. Giving the world a new pair of lungs and clean feet as you humble yourself beneath the canopies. Bring your knees down to be embraced by the soil. It's good ground. It's soft, a rich, chocolatey brown. If you fall, it doesn't matter if no one is around. Do you hear yourself? Do you know that you can heal yourself? Poem. Thank you.
Oh, just gorgeous. All around. Please unmute yourself. Not the only one.
That
who
was
thinks it.
eloquent. Beautiful.
That was
heavy.
Welcome.
To my
And I
spirit in
told
any
you,
way. Like you out here
fucked
killing with
up.
your
And
words.
now you get to be here.
Yes.
Go.
Absolutely. Thank you, Ariel, for being in this space. You'll notice on Instagram, I was stalking you a little bit, so I tagged you in some things, okay? Because everyone deserves to hear that and to breathe with you. So thank you for inviting us into your breath. We appreciate that. And since it's your first time, we got a little tradition here. It gets a little cacophonous, to say the least. So, you might want to turn your volume down a little bit, but this is the way that we bring you in with love. I'm going to unmute everyone, and we are going to sing to you the song that the original host made to remind you that you are welcome. And it's a little funny, you know what I'm saying? But I understand it comes from a place of love, okay? And we still working it out. I'm working on something new, guys. It's just taking a while, okay? So but we're going to do it together. And we are going to collectively pop that cherry for the room, okay? So, yes, I know. It gets crazy. It gets crazy in here. So unmute yourselves, please. I'm going to count to 3. That means after 3, not on 3. Hold on to your puffs, girl, because it might get wild. After 3, not on 3. Okay? 1, 2, 3. We gonna pop that cherry, baby. Pop
The
cherry, baby. Pop that 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 cherry, baby. Yes. We gonna get it. I'm proud of us. We did pretty good. Trust me, Ariel. It's a lot rougher than this most times. So that was our best welcome. And just in case you didn't already know, you are more than welcome in this space each and every Thursday, 9 p.m. Eastern. Come through, whether you want to share or just share in the energy. You're welcome. And thank you, Elemental, for inviting her into this space. And please bring friends with you. We like to make friends. We're a little weird, you know what I'm saying? But we cool. You know what I'm saying? We cool. You know what I'm saying? So the puffs for bringing us that puff energy. I'm so glad you were able to get your video on so we can experience all of you. Like we said earlier, the hair just, you know, us artists, we just, you know, it's just what we do. We wake up like this, okay? So moving along to the next artist, Barbara. Let me unmute you. Hi.
Hi. So I started writing poetry about 4 or 5 years ago, and I didn't start sharing it with the world until about 2 years ago. And the first place that the stage graced me was actually at Rican Poets Cafe. So I just want to say thank you to everyone who's made this possible. Thank you to all of you. Shout out to Ray Jane, you know, for still making this possible and for making this experience what it has been for me. All right. I write when I'm bored. I write when I'm down. I write when I'm happy. And I write when I'm safe and sound. I think this is the first relationship where I don't actually look like a clown. It's the first time where we both stuck around for this long. She's my right when I'm wrong. She loves me for me, even after I try to turn her into a song. If you were to ask me what true love is, I'd probably say this is it right here. Why? Because this is the type of love that always got you with a listening ear, the type of love that always keep it real. You see, my type of love, my love sticks with me through my trials and errors. She grips my hand through my childhood terrors and always keeps the lock and key when I show her my treasures. No matter the weather, she holds me up like the strength of a lever. You want to know how I know this is real love? Because we stay down for each other, even when it pours from above. I think this is the first time that I don't have to beg for a hug or a smile. It's the first time I feel seen and heard in a while. No matter how far I stray or how long I stay away, I'm always welcome with open arms. And have you had a long day? I know you've come such a long way, because I have, and she has too. She's the better part of me, the ink to my tattoo. You know, it's funny because sometimes I feel more like her relative and less like a daughter who wasn't properly fathered, emotionally and physically slaughtered, used and abused like a child that was raised by a coward. Yeah, some things you just can't sugarcoat. It doesn't matter how much I try to make the words sound pretty or spit a couple rhymes that sound witty. Sometimes the truth gets dark. Sometimes the truth gets ugly. And sometimes the truth gets real. So here's the deal. These poems, they help me heal. Because sometimes I wonder, what if I wasn't? And would they ever stop telling me how I should feel? This is literally my lifeline. Because when death come calling, she says it's not the right time. It's not time to put the pen down just yet. She stands out for me without a single regret. And I'll never forget the first time I felt like life brewing inside of me. It was the first time I birthed a poem in spite of me. It was the first time I saw God It was the first time God was in sight of me. And since then, I've sworn an oath. I pledge my soul and I pray for us both that we may rise as one and our love spell never be undone. My love letter to poetry.
Oh, come on, Barbara. Please unmute yourselves.
Ooh, I got
Ooh,
chills, girl.
I
Chills.
mean, the queens and the vibes tonight. Come on. Yes.
Like, come on. Come on.
Listen, that's what we call bananas. Just in case you didn't know. Beautiful work. It's our pleasure to create and keep going a safe space for you. So glad that you got to come to the New Eureka in person. We invite all of you, in fact, if you are anywhere in the tri-state area and you would like to find a poetry home, you just want somewhere to write that's safe for you. On Sundays, La Bruja, again, our boss lady, you know what I'm saying? Okay, she runs a writer's retreat from 12 to 5 within the New Eureka itself. And following that, we usually also have Advocate of Words teaching us how to write a book of poems. So if you got a bunch of poems, Barbara, if you got a bunch of poems and you're not sure if you could write a book, but you want to write a book, and you think you got a book, but you just don't know how to start that book, please come out, whether that's in person or virtually. It is for a cost, but it's a minimal cost for the amount of richness that you get in return for that. So please take advantage. I've gone to a bunch of sessions myself. We can all learn from each other. So please be open to that, to growing and learning and sharing our gifts with one another. And Barbara, we hope that you return to us, whether that's in person or virtually, because we want everything that you got, because you're so fine. Okay, so just in case you didn't know, that's how we feel about you. Okay, next up, we're gonna get us some gusto. We're gonna get us some gusto. We're gonna put the gusto back in it. If he's ready, I think he might be ready. Are you not ready? Are you ready? You think so? Let me unmute you. You let me know if you're ready. Ready?
Yeah, I can be ready. I just wasn't ready.
Okay.
But I can anything for you.
Hey.
Yeah, here
Now
we
you're
go.
talking to me, right? I like
have
that.
2 poems. They're pretty short. I should be able to do it. Let's go. It's coming, brothers and sisters, sisters and brothers. This is the dissension. This is the ascension we've been waiting for, here and now with room for more. We will not be recruited, red-pilled, used as pawns, nor jackbooted. Rise up, sisters and brothers. This revolution's ours. It's for the mothers, the dispossessed and the oppressed, who've been lied to and second-guessed. Prisoners, soldiers, and the ill, all those the fascists would kill. Come with us, brothers, sisters, march until your feet have blisters, for your vote, for justice, and yes, for love. Engage that we may rise above. Our revolution's no violent overthrow, for fighting war with war, you know, never ends well. So raise your voices. Enlightened people must make wise choices. Peace will win, a revolution of the mind. Let's show them some real intelligent design. On fire now, we make our demand. Peace and justice now, ignited we stand. And this one's called Syzygy. Behold our loving energy. When stars align, it's syzygy. New poets, creative diversity. We spit in the face of adversity. Born on wings of eloquence, dropping truths of consequence, letters forming words of magic, transforming trauma and the tragic, distill from pain the raw emotion, pours on the page like an ocean. We keep writing so we don't drown, with every adjective, adverb, verb, and noun. Thoughts coalesce that will astound. Watch these weirdos get profound. On Thursday night, the place to be. Thunderlung Thursdays, open mic, you see? Our voices coming down the wire. We set this fucking Zoom on fire. Thank you.
Yes, as always on fire. Please unmute yourselves.
Yes, we do, Gusto.
Let's go.
That cat's always
We're on fire.
Gusto.
Fuego caliente.
Yo.
Hey, that's right. Look, Scissor G is fuck. Just in case you didn't know. Come on with the vocabulary too. We learning in here. Everybody, you didn't know that word, go on, look it up. Some astronomical cool shit, otherwise known as you. Your astronomical cool shit. A conglomerate of astronomical cool shit up in here. It's the Gustaverse, as Poetek so eloquently just said. Absolutely. And just to greet the folks that's in the room that are not sharing with us tonight, but are giving their good energy for us to do our thing and share with each other. Wendy, thank you for being here with your fly self. I can't wait to hear what you're going to sing to us on karaoke, because last time you laid it down. Okay. Poetek, always coming with the energy. This is an amazing visual artist. If you do not know him, please get to know him. He's representing all the way out from Japan. That's why we international, boo. Okay. All right. And Idyunga, yes, the queen herself. I hope to see you also on Saturday night for karaoke, so we can hear you sing some more Whitney Houston to us, because last time we about melted, honey. It was beautiful. And Christina, thank you for also being here. Christina Coleman, and everybody really who is looking in from YouTube and Facebook land. We got a bunch more people on the good luck round, so I'm gonna shut up and let y'all do y'all thing. I'm trying to get all of y'all in, so if you have shorter pieces, please do choose those so we can get everybody in. Okay, in the meantime, we're gonna have an angel sing to us with her guitar. Her name is Mariella Salazar. You like how I rhymed that? Let me unmute y'all. Go ahead. Hey, Mariella.
Hey, Ray Jane. I see what you did there. Hopefully I don't lag, because somehow every time I sing on Zoom, it just like, I sound like an alien, but I swear I'm not a recorded person that everyone just virtually uploaded. So if you guys know this song, sing along. It's by Stevie Nicks again, because clearly I'm on a Stevie Nicks phase at the moment. Just like the white-winged dove sings a song, sounds like she's singing. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Just like the white-winged dove sings a song, sounds like she's singing. Ooh, baby, ooh, say ooh. And the days go by like a strain in the wind, in the web that is my own. I'll begin again. Said to my friend, baby, nothing else matters. He was no more than a baby then. Well, he seemed broken hearted, something within him. But the moment that I first laid eyes on him, all alone on the edge of 17, just like the wild-winged dove sings a song, sounds like she's singing. Ooh, baby, ooh, say ooh. Just like the wild-winged dove sings a song, sounds like she's singing. Ooh, baby, ooh, say ooh. Well, I went today, maybe I will go again tomorrow. And the music there, well, it was hauntingly familiar. When I see you doing what I try to do for me, with the words of a poet and a voice from a choir and a melody, nothing else matters. Just like the wild-winged dove sings some, sounds like she's singing. Ooh, baby, ooh, say ooh. Everybody, just like the wild-winged dove sings a song, sounds like she's singing. Ooh, baby, ooh, say ooh. Just like the wild-winged dove sings a song, sounds like she's singing. Ooh, baby, ooh, say ooh. Just like the wild-winged dove sings a song, sounds like she's singing. Ooh, baby, ooh, say ooh.
Yes. Ooh, indeed. Ooh, y'all unmute yourselves.
Fleetwood Mariella.
Mariella, that was so lovely.
Yes.
Oh my word. Come on, girl.
Fire.
That is life. Come on.
Listen, I don't know what we did to deserve that, but man, thank you. I was over here backing you up just so you know. I was hitting them, ooh, 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 just like a white window. Come on, yeah. That's my jam. That's my jam, just in case y'all didn't know. So thank you for bringing the jams. Woo! We love the music. Please come back. Bring your music because we love it. We need it, just so you know. Okay? Yes. Oof. My goodness, you done stirred me up. Stirred me up. Speaking of stirring us up, and the unsung hero of the New Rican spaces at large, we will bring to you now RMT If You Know Me, also known as RMT If You Know Me. How you doing, RMT?
That's a new one. Yeah, I prefer that way over, sung hero or whatever. I'm just a little helper in the background, but thank you so much for the introductions. Always good to be here. I haven't been able to come to many Thursdays. Last week I also was sick, but I'm glad to be back here. Glad that, when I produced, when Elemental co-hosted earlier on Monday, I know Ray Jane, you were there as well. You supported us. I came back to the cafe yesterday, worked for the slam poetry with Advocate of Words. He hosts and produces everything. I think he's the host with the most, programs there. But that's a great segue to remind everyone what he and Ray Jane already mentioned a few times today. This Saturday is the second Saturday of the month. So at 7 p.m. in the cafe, hybrid open mic, and at 9:30 p.m., Paul Concasso and Matthew Marroquin were all going to produce the karaoke after party. Will be there. I see them both here in Zoom, So let me paste my usual thing that I always have ready, regardless if I'm producing or not. So here are the links. You can get tickets for both or online. Also, I want to reiterate, Ray Jane already mentioned it at the beginning. With this Sunday at the National Puerto Rican Day Parade, the New Rican Poets Cafe will participate. The parade will be on 5th Avenue, starting at 43rd Street, going all the way to 79th Street. Most of the staff, hosts, producers, and team members from the cafe, we will participate. And everyone in the audience, we are not excluding you. You are all welcome to come. We want you to be there. The only requirement is that you have to wear the New Rican Poets Cafe's official t-shirt. If you don't have one yet, if you didn't buy one yet in the past, you can get one for $20 on Saturday at the hybrid open mic and karaoke party. Or you come Sunday morning at the meeting point, and for cash you can buy it right there. And I'll put again what Ray Jane already put earlier. We will meet in the chat. I put it at 9:30 a.m. 45th Street between 5th and Madison Avenue. So if you want to participate and you want to march with us, you are more than welcome. The more the merrier. That's what they always say, So we really appreciate all the support. All right. Let me see my notes. Oh, okay. So thank you for adding me to the good luck round, Ray Jane. I'm going to read a very short poem that I wrote earlier today in a workshop that Elizabeth Strauss, aka Deadpan Lizzie, hosted with Fincabulary. It was called Penku's Pandemonium and Pandora's Box Poetry Games. And this is my attempt at a little bit being sarcastic. Ray Jane, you mentioned earlier on primetime here on US television, we saw the latest congressional hearings about the Capitol insurrection, a year and a half ago. So that kind of that and what's been going on with all the mass shootings inspired me to write it. So here we go. So much happening in the past months, so many fights, a lot of attempts to take away from women their rights, enacting laws to not allow the word gay in schools, a lot of roar, and putting ineffective sanctions on Russians, which after 100 days still have not ended the war. trying to find out who leaked a memo from the Supreme Court, who was the mole, finding ways to not allow the Congress inquiry on what really happened a year ago in the Capitol. All those in charge are so busy, so many tasks they have to do, so much sense. Now I understand. No wonder why the politicians don't have time to battle real issues, such as gun violence. That's it.
Damn, that's all we need right there, RMT. Unmute yourselves, please.
Yeah.
Run! I miss me.
That was not an attempt. That was not an attempt.
RMT. Awesome. RMT, they started a chant. They see you heard them start the chant. Oh my goodness, that's why I gotta cut y'all off. Y'all be going crazy. I love it though. I love RMT, RMT. See, we gotta keep it going for you. Thank you for how much you support this community. Please also follow Ron Mark Thompson on Instagram, so you can see what he's also doing, producing his own things through the Bronx Art and Fun Hub, which they are also doing workshops. Shout out to Lizzie for her workshop on her pen coups and actually creating that writing style herself. We are creators in a lot of ways in this room. So please lift each other and attend each other's stuff. Obviously, you can see fire stuff comes out of it. Okay, you can just get better. And speaking of fire, let's move on to they. AC, please mute yourself. If you're with us. If you're not,
I'm here.
Oh,
Sorry.
you're here. Yes.
Yeah.
Hi.
Hey everyone. Sorry, it's getting late. I'm AC the Poet. I'm coming from Michigan. I was on Monday and I'm here today. My computer died, so is it okay if I go off video because I will have to go to the poem? Okay, cool.
Sure.
Okay, awesome. So bear with me. You might not be able to see me. And this is kind of a dark piece, but it's been a dark time. So, going to a funeral during COVID for the 5th, 6th, and 7th time, a 2021 masquerade. In a small town where everyone knows each other and funeral is at the same church every year, I've memorized the pews, the procession, the people, a repeat haunting of past and present souls. We've been through this graveyard before. The tombstones are a phone book that no one reads anymore. 4 years ago, 3 years ago, and 1 year ago, last month, and now. We don't know it yet, but in 3 weeks as well. I start to wonder if I am the one haunting the dead. Am I the ghost disturbing the peace? My niece has a pre-packed funeral backpack because this is our normal. She carries it expectantly. She has become accustomed to death lurking around every corner. I shiver. The drive is familiar. It's robotic. Like I've learned the radio station knobs, like how I've memorized the time as a machine that I wish to climb into. I'm in the middle of this town of 4,000 and the only radio station is a fuzzy Christian channel. I usually change the station relentlessly, but not today. It stays fuzzy like my insides. I walk these aisles. Kneel, these pews, a choreographed remorse. I can cry on cue. My eyeballs are black and etched with the number 8. I call the pocket and use my tears as pool sticks to shoot my grief into the hollows of my heart, to bury into each ventricle until I'm numb. Novocaine can't hide the pain of grief you never learn to deal with. There's windmills everywhere along the drive, and they're slicing the air like raw steak. I can feel it in my chest, the wind cutting into my throat and landing on each ventricle. I pull up to the church at 9:27 a.m., 3 minutes early. I almost take a break before entering, but the church bells start ringing and I must run to make it on time. I cannot be late to someone else's funeral, only mine. Familiar figures I haven't seen in years greet with piercing glares. Procession begins and we all go through the routine. The wine tastes like the blood from that raw steak. The awkward stranger next to me asks, "What is that smell?" And I realize that stranger is my ex's girlfriend. I plug my nose. We walk outside, get in our cars, and follow the hearse to the hole where we will bury the smell and pieces of every heart. Everyone is quiet as the casket lowers. Everyone except my 3-year-old niece, who keeps asking her daddy, "What happened? Daddy, what happened?" And he answers with a shh and tells her to keep her mask on. And that's it.
AC, come on. Everybody, unmute yourselves, please.
The power of these words. Wow.
Yeah, I
Oh
needed
my
that.
God.
Fucked us up.
Rule with that AC.
There's just like power in these rooms tonight. Wow, y'all.
I concur 100%. Thank you so much for sharing that with us. I'm going to unmute you so you can let us know where to follow you if you're on the socials. Also, because, you know, I was stalking you a little bit and I got a video and I want to tag you. So please unmute yourself. Let us know where we can find
Yeah.
you.
I'll post it in the chat as well, but on Instagram I'm at ANGCHRI3. But I'm hoping to revamp my Instagram and like include poetry because it's mostly just photography. And then on Facebook I'm Angela Christine, but I'll put those in the chat too.
Okay, prepare to be stalked. Just letting you know. But thank you.
Post my poetry.
She's like,
I don't post any of my stuff.
we hope that you do, please. You know, we know it's a little scary to put your stuff out there, but my goodness, it's so moving and necessary. So please do, so we can continue to experience and lift you. Thank you for joining us. You are so welcome. All right. Woof. Nyongo, you was right about that. I know you'll hear her in the background. I told you I was videotaping. I videotape y'all, yep. So everybody can also experience how wonderful you are if they didn't have a chance to see it live. Because you deserve to be seen and you deserve to be heard. And everything that you have to say is important. Okay, so from one important person to the next, now bringing up my fly Stormy, giving us all kinds of eyebrow, all kinds of earrings. I don't think y'all ready. But you know what? We're gonna let her give it to us anyway. How you doing, Stormy?
Hi, Stormy. It's so good to see you rock this shit. I think this is my first time like fully absorbing you doing this, and you are killing it, and I'm so proud to know you, and I love you, and you know that already. But for those who don't know me, my name is Amanda. I'm a poet from the Bronx. Follow me on Instagram. I teach a really cool workshop every month, and a lot of the people from the community here are there. So I'll get into my pieces. They're 2 shorties. They're more like free writes, no titles yet, and they're a work in progress, but we're gonna get into it. The first one speaks about my relationship to Puerto Rico. My island misses me, but I keep putting her on hold. Keep growing old without calling her back, without counting the whiplashes on her back. My island colonized side bitch, pretty mistress misses me, and I keep putting her on hold. Ignore the way my saltwater body wants to fold into her. She who refuses to be accomplice, colonized side bitch, pretty mistress misses me, and I keep putting her on hold. Begs me to stop putting her on hold. Begs me to visit. Refuses to be accomplice. Refuses to be complicit. I'm not finished being a New Rican princess. My island misses me, but I keep putting her on hold. The first little free write, second free write. This, I think I went to a workshop on shadow work, and this came out of that. So shout out to shadow work. My shadow can hang, puts me on my ass when I slip off track, slip onto poison path, feeds off wicked wrath, sleeps in other people's homes with other people's wives to survive. My shadow can hang. sculpts fangs into sacral chakra, hangs like bruised ego, left on window pane to go insane, hangs like child left alone for hours, devoured trauma, wiped tantrum from upper lip, took sip of blood wine, made it crime to sleep in other people's homes with other people's wives. My shadow sucks lime off throat of love gone cold. Licks lava from volcano of body, sleeps in lobby of love gone cold, unfolds trauma of no mama, unfolds tantrum, unfolds block calls, unfolds wall around black heart, unfolds need to start anew, unfolds shoes that break backs and other black hearts. Thank you.
Yes, fuck it up, Stormy. Hold on. Let me unmute everybody.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
oh my God.
We need it.
Jesus, 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 Jesus.
Yes. Come on, free write. I'm trying to tell y'all, just open yourself. Because there's a well. You're a well, my dear. And we thank you for your water. That first one, come on. That second one, some wigs went back. I'm just saying, I seen a few wigs had pushed just a little bit. You know what I'm saying? We all hairlines are welcome here, okay? But expect them to revert because some of these words are just too heavy, baby. So thank you, Stormy, for being your all the way self, always. And like I said, we want you how you are because that was a blessing. And we thank you for that. Oof. Come on, y'all gonna get me in the spirit, child. Okay, so, all right, speak. Oh Lord, one storm to the next. I don't know what y'all trying to do to me. I just got one little heart in here. I don't know if it can handle it, but you know, we're gonna jump over to the man who did a damn good, excuse me, let me revise that. Did an excellent job hosting on Monday night, stepping in for Advocate of Words, who was busy winning and getting into the ship with letters. We still shouting you out for that. Elemental, please unmute yourself and show the folk what you got.
Peace, y'all. What is good, Queen Ray Jane? How you feeling this evening? Listen.
I'm good. I feel better. You know, you already know. Y'all just a whole stove. So I'm hot right now.
A whole stove. Yes, indeed. Listen, the Storm Force is rocking the world. Plug in. To every poet who came before me and after, I truly appreciate your energy. Really, it makes all of this go the way it does. Shout out to one of the dopest hosts in the Zoom verse. That is Queen Ray Jane. Give her a follow at itsrayjane.com. Listen, get your life, and welcome to Thursday nights. It's Thunderlong Thursdays. Storm God's in the building. Storm Lake in the building. All right, this is brand new. This is 13th floor. When you wake up in nightmare reflections of funhouse daydream, collapse of common senses, recycle brainwashing to cleanse residual traces of existence outside plantation paradigm where only choices sound like yes, massa, right away, boss, because this is us, right? Landed in lands with lost souls who only know control, spoon-fed from their majesty's royal scepter, passing judgment on peasants demanding loyalty or off with their head. Tell me, how does search for freedom land lead to overseeing slavery, to sharecropping with disgusting pilgrims from primordial wickedness, passing out heathen like smallpox, weapons of mass distraction by resident evil and brightest colors of gruesome, killer kaleidoscope of cohorts, moving with entitlement weaved into flimsy fabric, turned terrorist hoods, carrying crosses in names of dogmatic prophecies that keep them top of every food chain, speaking deadly sins fluently, intersection between cruelty of torturous regime, an angelic defender of humanity with Rasputin illusions, making anarchy of alchemy and give the people Happy Meal dollar menu options to keep us stuffed full of filaments, and still we choose blindness until murder happens in renegade regalia, shaving off pennies from the national debt by subtracting welfare recipients with belligerent reproductive systems. Who told us we had choices? Clearly, Tuskegee experiments were ineffective, morphed into eugenics, while similar results and still have not brought a halt to births of ghetto bastards on government assistance until now, of course, until now. Maybe I missed that part of nationalism that decrees authorization for excessive force on pregnant mothers, feeling like Andre on this 13th floor of horror stories, 3,000 miles from calm, hailing from a place called fresh off a lynch mob's ass, and they making me fucking homesick. Stay ready, y'all. The revolution is on its way to you. Peace.
Oh, snap. Unmute yourselves.
Let me tell y'all, this man doesn't miss.
Oh, you went crazy, bro.
We ain't never ready. We just bracing.
We not. Listen, I'm gonna be bald by the time this thing is over, okay? Because the hairs has been singed. Come on. You ain't have to do us like that. You ain't have to just slide in with that new shit and just set us on fire like that. Thank you. Hell yeah. That's all I got to say about that. As usual. Did y'all feel that get a little dark in here? Got a little dark. You know what I'm saying? Why? Because the storm just came through. I'm just letting you know what happened, just in case you didn't know. Just in case you didn't feel it. Goodness gracious. Like, I don't ever have to do anything. Y'all just fire on your own. So we're a little over time, but I promised that I would make space for everyone. And I think we got a little time for our last two. What y'all think? We could get them in, right? Come on, let's make space for them, okay? Brian joined us again. Brian, if you would like, you can end us off tonight. But before we get to Brian, Marsha with the brim low, repping from Brooklyn all day, every day. Of course, we gotta make some space for you, my dear. How you doing?
Some blessings. Thank you, Ray Jane. I really do appreciate it. Thank you to all the poets before, those who are here to support. Thank you for the space. Without further ado, the name of this poem is Your Bondage, Not Mine. I refuse to own your imperfections. It's enough of my own. Why do you hate me so? What is it you can't let go of? The impressions that hurt to the core. Always trying to rip my light to make it your own. Always the battle with self, can't accept what you behold. Darkness of the soul, too far-fetched to comprehend the world within the worlds and the worlds that exist with various dimensions and levels to ascension. Unfortunately, you hate me so because the hate for self leads to a dark road. Reflection to the truth, the lies you can't hide or deny from you. You may never realize you killed yourself for the hate you reflect. You lost the you once knew before the day you consume hate with evil ways. What it takes to elevate to a higher state you will never obtain, for you sealed your faith within the moves you make with the hand you played. Little do you know, you all played the role already written, judgment given out of my hands. Wish you no harm, serve your plate, cause karma knows your name. I'm not giving you my energy, nor the time of day. I vibrate on a different plane. My vision of life you try to take. At the end of the day, we're all the same, trying to live day by day. Your imprisonment of the mind, body, and soul. You eat, breathe, and live an unfulfilled soul. Lack of joy, the light within life and its hope. Seek the face to self. The you within perfection, seek the road of redemption. Thank you.
Hell yeah, ma'am. Unmute yourselves, please.
Marsha.
So dope.
Girl, always.
Look that.
Immaculate.
Always.
Fire. MC.
Come on.
Okay, did you hear that? Right? Because you hitting me with messages talking about blah. I'm telling you, the space is for you. You do not have to apologize. The space is for you. Take it up. Right? Somebody told you were impeccable. Okay? It's for you. That's why we're here. Okay? Just so you know. All right. Now that she know. Because we love you. That's all that is. That's all that is. We are going to end our night with Brian, Generalissimo, who made it into the room. Like I said, we know shit happens. If you got on the list, you have space. So we make it for you. Brian, please unmute yourself and let us know what you came to share.
Okay, well, before I share, I want to say I just put into the chat how you can sign up for Sangre Nueva Sangre Pura on July 1st, which is a hot workshop that you are going to walk out with at least 2 or 3 great poems and stuff that you're going to just work on afterward, because ain't nobody like Miss La Tormenta.
That's right.
Running that workshop. She's the new Peggy.
Yeah.
Anyways, so let me go ahead and read this new poem. Oh, and I just want to say, I feel really dizzy because that Marsha always makes me dizzy with her poetry. It's like I can't stand up for 30 minutes after Marsha reads.
Okay, that's what I said.
Okay, where did I put that poem? This is a brand new poem that I finished this afternoon. I just read it for the first time at a live event in Portland, Maine, and it's called Trying to Comprehend the Physics of Tears. Why do some tears feel so hot? They could cut a rut down my cheek as a path for future tears, while some tears feel as if they broke off an Arctic ice floe into the Atlantic waiting to sink the Titanic. Why do my eyes decide to boil saline or keep inventory in ice cube trays? How do the powers that be decide what life events warrant what temperatures? I understand why I cry, but I don't understand why sometimes tears drop from only one eye, or why tears sometimes precipitate like a torrent, but sometimes trickle like maple sap on an early spring Maine day. I can't comprehend the physics of crying. Sometimes I cry for no reason at all, because I have a disease called depression. Sometimes the littlest things will set me off, maybe a memory about my deceased mother or father, or my friend Beth who passed from cancer. It can be a song on the radio or a line an actor says in a movie, or a Madras hat with potato soup, or a Labrador retriever. Sometimes I feel I am a slave to my tears. I wonder if I sometimes cry with hope a tear will track down my cheek to the edge of my lips so I can taste saline, so I can taste sadness, so I can taste hurt, so I can taste anger that causes the substance to be secreted from my body via my emotions. Why do I feel compelled to tell anyone who bears witness to my crying that it's just allergies, when crying is an essential mental health physiological response? Crying is not a sign of fragility, but an indication of fortitude. It's how our bodies shed dead bark that exists on trees that inhabit our souls. Yet when I cry in the presence of others, I tend to turn away when what I need most is a smile or a hug or a patronizing forehead kiss or shoulder squeeze. Tears are a gift from God. Tears are a gift to our lips and the tips of our tongues. Tears are a gift to our skin. Sometimes after a good cry, my face feels like it feels after I dunk my head in the ocean, when my skin breathes because my soul is breathing. The next time you want to stop yourself from crying, even if you don't know why you're crying, don't. Learn to celebrate your tears. They're hard to celebrate when they're happening. I once saw a poet on a stage recite a poem. I don't remember the name of the poet or the title of the poem, but one line the poet calmly uttered after an emotional and passionate passage is seared into my psyche. The reason the sun can shine bright during a thunderstorm is the same reason a good cry is best followed by a quick impromptu laugh. Thank you.
Oh, just spectacular. Please unmute yourselves. So worth the wait.
That was
Generalissimo, that was magnificent.
Loved
Thank
it.
you. Thank you. Thank you.
We need more
Thank
of that.
you.
Well, you can't write a poem like that without all the influences of everybody here and everybody that I meet around the world every day. So, you know, that's why this happens, because of every one of you and everyone else.
It comes out that way, Generalissimo, because you are the sum of all of us.
As all of us are the sum of all of us.
Amen.
Hey.
Shit, poet.
Woo! I love it when y'all love on each other. I don't have to do it. We just do it instinctively. That's what makes this space special. As Generalissimo said, it is a collective of energy and love and inspiration. And we thank you all so much for hanging in there with us, for showing up, for choosing to be here with us. We know it's getting hot and some of y'all couldn't wait for summer. I know y'all just can't wait to get up out there in them streets. But we appreciate you for choosing Thursday nights to be with us. Could have been anywhere. Could have been in your bed by now. I know that's where I'm about to go. But we appreciate you for choosing to be in this space, for bringing your artistry and bringing yourselves and however you show up in the world. We've talked a lot about a lot of things going on. Please do come out. We'd love to meet you in person. Please, prove to yourself that the love is real and let it be tactile because it's present. It is available for you. And trust me, we give the best hugs, honey. So if you need a hug, you need somewhere to be, you want to spit, you want to just get crazy with your friends and do some karaoke, come on out. Saturday night, 7 o'clock. Advocates gonna hold it down. 9:30. Then we're gonna have the honey trap. Paul Conqueso, who also joined us in the room, and Maddie, the boo, is also going to be there. That's right, Maddie. You see how he came in sideways? That's exactly how he be in the New York. We don't know how he moved, but he do it. Okay, he's our party animal, resident party animal. Okay, so please, if you like to party, share in this love. That's for you. Come out, whether that's virtually next Thursday, 9 p.m. Eastern, Thunderlung Thursdays, or in person Saturday, 7 p.m., 9:30, or Sunday, if you want to march with us in the National Puerto Rican Day Parade and wear your love across your chest so people know to whom you belong. You can come through, okay? And if you missed all that, or you want some more of that information we talked about and how to get involved in the political process and making change and standing on the words that you say, then you can definitely hit me up. Follow me at It's Ray Jane. That's ITSRAYJANE, either .com or Instagram or Facebook, just as it is. We want to shout out and take a second for those who supporting us in the background. RMT, always. RMT, yeah, you know me, you know what I'm saying? And Advocate of Words, holding us down to producer tip. We appreciate you for being here with us. We invite you back often and always.
Hold on, Rachel. I'm gonna do what we did on Monday because first of all, it was a pleasure to unexpectedly help on the background. It's always great. But we're gonna do what we did for Elemental. Why don't we all unmute ourselves and give a big round of applause for the wonderful host Ray Jane on Thursday.
Oh yeah!
Yes, Ray
Thursday.
Come on!
Shout out to the Queen
amazing,
Thunderlord, man.
phenomenal
Thunderlord
woman.
Thursday is the business.
Love you.
It's a
Love
life.
you.
Storm goddess.
Love you.
Perfect
So
storm,
amazing.
baby.
Yay.
See, this is why I say RMT, yeah, you know me. You know what I'm saying? Because he's always holding us down. I appreciate you. Thank you for returning that love in droves. I feel it and I appreciate it. Y'all gonna get my allergies acting up. Okay, so I'm gonna let y'all go. Okay, I'm gonna let y'all go to your respective lives. And I send you with all the love that you can hold, as always. Peace. Be good to yourselves. Next time, Thursday, 9 p.m. RMT. Take us out of here, boo.